Holy crap, we've already 1/3 of the way through the season? That was longer than I thought.
Lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the.
Alrighty, so at Daytona, the winner was obviously Austin Dillon. Not really much to say there, no real notes or anything. I mean, it's Bubba finished second. Why did I even want to call him Daryl? Bubba finished second, so I mean, it's just kind of you have to be front. I mean, Matthew Benedetto almost won the race. He was like in third and fourth, had a really good run, then got wrecked. Blaney almost won, and I mean, it was anyone's race, and it's a super speedway, so there's not really much you can say about that. Congrats to Austin, I guess. You're in the chase. And then Kevin Harvick won at Atlanta, and did he dominate? I can't remember, because I know I feel like he didn't. I think he did. I want to go with he did. I know there was one race where he didn't necessarily dominate out of the next three, but I don't know. He won nonetheless, and I believe Las Vegas is where he actually got the penalty. So the dented in window, obviously, yeah. Thank you, Reddit users. Yeah, so we were just kind of like, I mean, Harvick usually wins one of the first 4 races every year, so we weren't really that surprised of him winning at Atlanta. And then we go on to Las Vegas, and he went to Las Vegas in crazy fashion, and I'm like, people were like, oh, but then it came out, then he got penalized, and we're like, oh, that's why. Okay, that makes sense. He goes to Phoenix and he wins. We don't think much of it. He's won about 6 races, and then he hasn't won for a while. Then Martin Truex Jr. wins the Auto Club. That was a pretty good sight. Kind of weird because it wasn't a mile and a half, but good to see him win somewhere other than a mile and a half. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say about that. And it was pretty interesting race. I only got to see the tail end of it though. Texas, Kyle Busch, Martinsville, Clint Boyer wins. That was a great win, honestly. I thought Blaney had it. I was rooting for him, but I can't bet against Boyer. I mean, if he won, I mean, he's not my favorite, but I was happy to see him finally break that 190 race streak. So that's a lot of races. That's a lot of losing. No offense towards him. Then Kyle Busch starts his streak at Texas. I don't think I really watched that race. I just kind of saw that he was dominating and went on with my day. And then Bristol, he wins again. That obviously was on a Monday. I was at school, so I had to watch it. Actually, both short tracks got moved today. It passed. That's kind of funny. I just watched the end of it. I was so open Larson. I don't have anything against what Kyle Busch did, even though I don't really like Kyle Busch. But I mean, he won. Congratulations. I mean, that's really just old Bristol driving. There's nothing really to say about it. Then he completes the 3-peat or whatever. Win at Richmond. I actually had predicted that right after the Bristol race. Actually, before the Bristol race even ended, when he basically as soon as he took the lead against Kyle Larson, I put on my Instagram saying that he's going to win 3 in a row. And guess what? He did. He didn't look like he was. It did not really look like he was going to. He had me scared there a little bit, but he came through in the end. And Chase finished second. So that was really the first time all year Chevy had shown some speed. And of course, it was Richmond. But shout out to Chase. And then Joey Logano wins at Talladega. I personally didn't watch the race. I just happened to see that. I didn't even watch any of the race. I wasn't home at all. I think I had a basketball tournament or something. In Dover, Kevin Harvick wins again. Once again, didn't really. Oh, I think I watched like this second stage. So well, Harvick got this, and then came back at the end, like right after the rain delay, and Harvick basically. Well, I was hoping for Boyer. That's actually just bring up something I remember. Boyer and Suarez, who finished second and third, they got penalized for a rear window. I mean, inverted window. But what I don't understand is if Harvick's 3 seconds ahead of them, how does that give them a competitive advantage if Harvick's already faster? I mean, as soon as Harvick got past Boyer, it was bye-bye Harvick. He was gone. He was, I think, yeah, honestly, I think he got up to like 5 seconds. I mean, that's crazy. If you have a dented window, how do you not keep it up with them? unless he is cheating. That's all I want to say. I'm not implying that he's cheating. Actually, I am, but I'm not gonna go headhunting for Kevin Harvick. I'm just saying that's a little fishy. How fast he was going when supposedly second and third were cheating. Anyways, so on to Kansas, where Kevin Harvick wins again. My man Blaney, my man Larson. Oh, so hoping Larson got the win. Harvick, I mean, if Larson and Blaney didn't win that race, Harvick deserved it. But Truex almost won, and I was hoping for him, but then at the same time, he didn't. He was basically abysmal all the way till that ending. But I mean, if Truex won, I wouldn't have complained. But then we move on to, I guess I'll do the All-Star Open. AJ Allmendinger won it, but I mean, he had a really fast car in that, and I was pulling for him. But then Kevin Harvick gets in $1 million boost. The last thing that we needed was for him to do that. And then obviously, I've already said my thoughts on Charlotte, where Kyle Busch won. So it hasn't really been. I guess it's kind of, last year was a little bit more interesting because we had a lot more winners. You know, it wasn't just Jimmy Johnson dominating, Kyle Busch dominating. It wasn't just the same people dominating last year. It was really, you didn't know who was going to win last year. It was someone would get a lead, and it wasn't. I'm not going to say that it wasn't not interesting, because it was a lot of dominated races. But I'm trying to explain this. I don't really know how to explain it. Excuse me. It was just a lot more interesting. I mean, it wasn't that the race it was any better than it was this year, and it is slightly worse this year. Obviously, I'm trying to because I can tell. I don't think you can hear me as well. But it's not. There's not a huge difference in the racing. Just something about this year. There's not as many new winners, not many great finishes like we had last year, especially in that chase with Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin every single race. It was a lot more interesting last year, and I think last year was very underrated. And it's more, I don't know how to say. I don't know the word. Is more criticized than I think it really should be. I think a lot of people were like, last year was boring. Honestly, that was the year that I got back into NASCAR. I wasn't watching NASCAR 2016, 2015. Honestly, 14 was last year that I really watched it heavily. I wasn't watching it as much. And last year I was a Chase Elliott and Blaney fan. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch these more often, and now I've been on watching a lot of NASCAR. So last year's I think it's really underrated. I think just because Martin Truex really got all those stage wins, I think it's criticized more than it needs to be, because we had all those great finishes of Chase Elliott losing to Matt Kenseth and Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch, and technically Ryan Newman. But yeah, it's kind of sad to be a Chase Elliott fan and have to talk about that. But yeah, so here are the point standings actually right now. I want to talk about those. Kyle Busch is leading with 573 points with 4 wins and 8 playoff points. Joey Logano, wait, that's not playoff points. Oh, those are top 5s. Joey Logano's in second with 1 win and 506 points. I guess he's been consistent. I don't really know how he's in second, honestly. How does that work? I mean, I think he's been okay, but nothing like crazy. What am I doing to my hair? It's inverted on the camera. I'm a little tired. Kevin Harvick's in third with 485 and 5 wins. Brad Keselowski fourth with 437 and 0 wins. So we're really we got a little race in between, half a race in between everybody. Martin Truex Jr. in 5th place with 430. Kyle Busch in 6th place with 429. Kurt Busch. Yeah, he's leading and in 6th at the same time. Yeah, that's how it works. 7th place, Denny Hamlin, 429. Clint Boyer in 8th place, 421. And Kyle Larson, 9th place, 382. He didn't have the best start, but now he's starting to get back up there. Eric Almirola is in 10th place. He's been very interesting this year. He's one of those guys who, he'll be alright. He might make the chase, maybe, or he'll sit back. He's in 10th place right now, and that's pretty crazy. I think he should have win if you talk about Austin Dillon wrecking him, but oh well. It's Daytona for you. Ryan Blaney in 11th, 375. I think I already said that, but Jimmy Johnson 12th, 327. Not a win, not a lap led yet this year. I think honestly what they're going to do is they're just going to pull a strategy to where they can lead a lap so they can say they led a lap this year, honestly. Eric Jones 13th with 314. Alex Bowman in 14th with 299. And Chase Elliott 15th with 296. He sneaks back in there this week. Good to know, good to know. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with 296. And then Austin Dillon is out there in 19th with 1 win, so technically he shouldn't be in it. Good old chase format. But honestly, if you're chilling outside, I think as long as you're in the top 20, I think if you have a win, you should be in. I don't think it should be 30, but that's just me. I don't think we should be really strict, but I don't think we should be really lenient either. William Byron's in 22nd. Daryl. Why do I call him Daryl? I always call him Bubba. Until I get a YouTube channel. Now I start calling him Daryl. Bubba's in 23rd. And then no real other note. Trevor Baines in 31st, while Matt Kenseth's in 21st. And in 57th is Cody Ware. Yeah, so I'll actually talk about points like more like during recaps, because I'm not going to be doing a whole season recap every week. I mean, when we get to the halfway point, then I might do one, or when we get to the chase, before the chase. Yeah, I'll do one before the chase. So my next recap will probably be, yeah, I'll be when the chase. So it'd be after Darlington or whatever. Richmond. It'll be after Richmond, the last race of the regular season. So till then we'll just be doing race recaps, and I'll talk about the points in the race recaps. Yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy. Of course, leave a like, and I hope you enjoy my intro. The intro's at the beginning. The intro's at the beginning of the video. Now we're at the end part. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, leave a like, subscribe. Actually, for our first video, I got quite a few subscribers. I got about 6 or 7, I believe. Seven. I checked it before this. 7. So, hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a great day. Peace out.